Howdy mates, good morning. How are we all doing today on this Friday, May 3rd, 2024? By the way, I figured before I start, today marks the 7th anniversary of my brother and sister-in-law's marriage. So, if any of you who watch this know them, please wish them a happy anniversary, even though this probably won't be posted in another couple of days. Welcome to the Missouri River. We're next to the Desoto National Wildlife Refuge, which is part of the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, or USFWS, which is in fact another federal agency aside from, say, the National Park Service. Anywho, the Missouri River in front of us here. You can only imagine how many stories it has to tell us. The Missouri River was one of the very bodies of water that really helped build the United States as it is today, aside from the Mississippi River. But what makes the distinction with the Missouri is it flows within a majority of the western states, such as Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota. I should have just said the Dakotas, Montana, and even parts of Wyoming. So that this very river that I speak of was essential for westward expansion. Even our well-known explorers, Lewis and Clark, came through here and navigated through it. So cool. I mean, even though between then and now, the river has had quite a few modifications in terms of dams created by the Army Corps of Engineers, which is yet again another federal agency. The part where you will see it at its most scenic and natural is in Montana, or Montana. I like to say it that way too, just like my pops would. But this is indeed the longest river in the country. I know, sounds wild, doesn't it? You know, you'd almost think that it was the Mississippi that's the longest. No, it's the second longest. This river is over 2,300 miles long. And it will eventually meet in St. Louis and will converge into the Mississippi River. So, in essence, all of this water will eventually lead to the Gulf of Mexico. It is fascinating, though, to see this part of the country, because, in honesty, I really never have. Or at least not since I was really young. That I really would not have much recollection. Flown over many times. But it's different once you're actually experiencing it from the ground. Nearby, we have what is called, I mean, you can't see it directly here, but if you were to look on a map, surrounding this little landmass is something called an oxbow lake, which makes up an old portion of the river. You see, oxbow lakes are often the shape of a horseshoe. And what happens is, when a river finds a new clear path, that windy part gets abandoned, and that water becomes a bit more stagnant. Hence, it creates what is known as an oxbow lake. And apparently, nearby, there's a famous steamboat that is here called the Bertrand. So I'm actually going to check that out pretty soon while I'm here. But commonly, the trees that you'll see in bottomland forests will include eastern cottonwood. They're a very water tolerant tree, and that's why there are so many of them over here. I mean, that's really all I'm seeing at the moment. They're called eastern cottonwood because once they produce their flowers, they look like these white puffballs that resemble cotton, hence the name. But they're always distinguished by having somewhat of a heart-shaped leaf that have serrated margins, and that's how you can identify. Anywho, take care, you guys. Have a good one. And of course, Journey on a Journey is onwards. Take care, folks. See ya.